Hello everyone and welcome back to another amazing live stream. So today, I apologize about that. Yesterday I couldn't come to the stream on Monday. I had a lot of things to do, but today we are ready and good to go. Yep, today looks like we have an interesting price action. So let's get into it. Alright, wow. So I actually didn't take any trade in the past like 2-3 days. So let's start. We are now on a fresh month, fresh week, and everything is fresh. Also fresh contract, as you can see here on gold. So let's get going with it. Let me share the link real quick. So as we can see here on the weekly time frame, let's go with the top-down analysis. We have created a very interesting support formed on the weekly time frame. Could you imagine that? So on this week, I'm expecting we are gonna fill this range for about, this is like 10,000 pips. 10,000 pips, never been better to fill a range ever. And on the daily, we can see that we are created support, reject this area 2 times. Rejected this area 2 times. Let's mark it here. Very clearly we can see, and I believe we are gonna fill this range in this week. Let's write a text. We will fill this range this week. So this is my expectation. Let's drop down to the daily time frame. We can see we've been creating some sort of support, and we rejected from here previously, and there's like a gap. I believe price filled already, and now it looks like it's good to move to the upside. On the 4-hour time frame, look at this line. It's exactly aligned perfectly. Absolutely perfect line, just aligned right there. So interesting thing, 4-hour time frame is going to close in about a minute or so, which is very good news. Very good news. So yep, we are waiting now for this closure on the 4-hour time frame so we can anticipate our entries. On the 1 hour is looking good as well. Let me lower this music a little bit. On the 1 hour it does look good. 30 minutes. Let's check. A little bit choppy, but just broke out. So we can see here that in the previous session we did not have much volatility going on. Yeah. So now we are expecting some volatility coming in after this 4-hour candle closure in about 50 seconds. Wow. This candle is going to close in about 50 seconds. So are you prepared for this closure, guys? Are you prepared? It's gonna be very, very interesting closure right there. Let's check Forex, the news real quick. Because of the straight, likely refuse the involvement. I think it's just blah blah blah, like he speaks every day. Alright, so we have some news around 8 p.m, which is like in about a minute. We have some news coming up now, so I will wait a little bit till this news. Wow, what kind of closure is this? Yep, so as I said, I will just wait for this news to go and then we will look for entries after that. Wow, already moved like 200 pips. Is it good news or bad news? Okay, good for the dollar. This one, I believe it will be, it's average, like it's as expected, as forecast, so it's not good and not bad. So let's see here. Let's see what will happen. Yep, just waiting for now for some setups on gold. Let's check Nasdaq real quick. MQ. Which one is it? M6. Yep, I believe this is the new contract for MQ. So we can see there was like a huge drop in NQ, and it looks like price is recovering now after the news that the war is going to end soon. So I believe that's why it's recovering. Is it the right contract? Yeah, I believe so. Okay, so we have some sort of like a breakout here. Let's check the contract. NQ contract, just to be sure. This one, CME group, not options, futures. MNQ, yep. So it's MNQ, M6, MNQ. Yep, MNQ and M6. Yep, I think it's correct. It's the right contract here, guys. So on the 4-hour we have a huge candle that moved to the upside and with no bottom wick. So we'll be waiting now to see some sort of like impulse candle, rejection candle, any red candle, and probably we'll look for buys after that, because price looks like it wants to move up. Look here, we can see some kind of a head and shoulder pattern, and yeah, we need some rejection and then we will look for buys from there. About gold is just moving. It's just moving to the upside. Gold is just running. So what looks like, I think, is that we have to wait probably for this 15-minute candle to close, and then we will look to take it from there, probably after this 15-minute candle closure. Right there. Good to see you, man. Yep, good to see you too, bro. Good to see you. How have you been? How was your weekend? Have you got any payout recently? Yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back. I believe we will have some good price action today because look at this move, it's breaking on the 4-hour time frame, so I believe we are gonna get something juicy. We just need to wait for some sort of rejection candle right there. Good to see you too. Feels amazing to be back for the live streams. I just enjoy live streaming with you guys and chatting, you know, because I've been trading for a long time by my own and not chatting, not talking to anyone, you know, just waiting for closures, and it is really boring. It gets really boring when you keep waiting for hours and hours, and most of the time you don't get a trade. So yep, that's why I'm here now streaming, providing free education and providing as much value as I can to anyone. Yep. I believe we have to wait for like the 15-minute candle. It was a great weekend, but no payout. I probably think this week you are gonna get a payout, man. Just keep your head up, and just lock in. All you need is to lock in. Yup, soon you will get a huge payout, my dear friend. Florentra Massage. What's your real name? What can I call you? Because this YouTube name is like a little bit complicated and long. It's long and complicated. So we'll probably need just a rejection candle which looks like this exactly. So it's nice that this candle closed above. We need a candle that looks like this, probably red color, or maybe we can anticipate some sort of fake outs, because this is what price have been doing like all the day. Look there, fake out here, another one there. I think you can say something like that. So we need to see a candle that looks like this, and probably gonna take it after this candle. But if it closed back in the range, then we are gonna rethink about it. We are gonna rethink. There is no any interesting news or anything. Just this one was released 2 hours ago. The US is not pulling assets in Strait of Hormuz yet. Man, this guy is bullshitting too much. I don't think I can believe anything he says anymore. Blood plans headed to Israel, fly over French territory. Has been very unhelpful. The USA will remember. Oh my gosh, man. This guy really wants a World War III. I think he'll not come down until he gets World War III. All those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the strait, buy from the US. And number 2, go to and just take it. Oh, what the fuck is this guy saying? Man, I think like at this type of situation it's better not to look to the news anymore and just go with your technical analysis, you know, and just trust the process. Alright, Nasdaq is rejecting already. So can we see some sort of like a support being formed right there, and we will try to get some buys from down there. Probably I will enter with a small lot size. I was like backtesting on Nasdaq for the past like a month or so, so probably gonna enter soon if we got something on NQ. Yup, I hope I can get a payout. Man, you will get for sure, just believe in yourself. It's not an easy process, you know, but also it takes time. It takes a lot of time, and you have to be patient and learn how to be disciplined. And as well, you should be a good, very good risk manager. That's what traders are. We are a risk managers. Need to be a really good at risk management. And that's pretty much it. It's not complicated. Actually, people, they complicate stuff, but none of this is complicated. It's just easy. All you have to do is just wait for a closure, and that's it. If you got your closure, you take the trade. If you didn't got your closure, just call it a day and on to the next. As simple as that. 1 to 2 trades a day will get you a lot of payouts. I'm sure about that. I am extremely sure about that. Alright, so where are we at? This 15-minute candle is going to close in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. I think if it closed like this on Nasdaq, we probably can anticipate something in MNQ, I think M6. This is the contract on Nasdaq. Yup. So we need this 15-minute candle to close the week bearish, and probably on the break of the high we are going to anticipate some buys. If it closed week bearish, but this candle closed with not top wick, so it's kinda a little bit confusing. We have to wait for this candle, probably 30-minute candle as well. Alright, so it looks like this 15-minute candle will close above the range. In 2 minutes is going to close above the range. So not a big issue. We probably gonna wait for another 15 minutes. I think there is something that has been changed about the time of the session. I think it's called London Day Saving Time or something, NYSE. So it's a volume time, this hour and the next hour. Oh yep, it have been changed. Look at that. This was at 2, but now it's at 1, London Open. Alright, so I think we'll get used to this timing. 7:30 NYSE Open, 8:30. Yeah, I think for New York is the same, but for London the time have been changed now. As you can see, for London the time have been changed. No worries, man. Anytime, anytime. Glad to provide back for people. Always glad to do that. So I think 1 hour, like the 1 hour candle seems a little bit overextended. Let's see how much this candle moved. Wow, about 300, almost 400 pips, 500. Man, this is a tough buys. To be honest, this is a really tough buys to take. Right there, we want to see a red candle rejecting, and then from there we can take. Alright, this 15-minute candle going to close now. Also closed below this previous resistance area, so better to wait, guys. I think better to just wait a little bit more. Better to wait and be patient. No need to rush. No need to rush. So let's see how will this 15-minute go. Will it just go directly up, or it's gonna fake some people out and then it's gonna go up? Let's check the Nasdaq real quick. Okay, so this candle created like as we were expecting. Was this about 60 pips? MNQ M. Yeah, probably that's it. So how much is the stop loss? Let me check. About, wow, man, this is a huge stop loss. That's a really huge stop loss. I don't think I can take that. Probably gonna wait a little bit more. Probably gonna wait. Gonna wait till we see something. So anyways, we need a support to be formed, unless this 30-minute candle closure will give us very good confirmation, because closure on the 30 is much better than the 15. It's a stronger confirmation and gives you a clear plan where price is heading. So that's what we are waiting for now. Just have to be a little bit patient about it. Also look at this. Previously 30-minute candle closed above this next week, rejected this area, and then kept going to the upside. Also here. So I think we got the idea. Probably, yeah. Went up. So see, this is what I want to see, like something like this red candle right here. This is what I want to see exactly, and the closure above, or even closure above, would be nice. So I didn't take this on the 15 because you can see here we didn't close above this area. Look at this area here, we didn't close above, so that's why I didn't take it. I prefer waiting for the 30-minute candle. If it give us good confirmation, we are gonna just jump in right away. Just jump in right away. Alright, so it looks like it's moving to the upside now. It have created a wick and it moved to the upside. Actually, there is no reason for it to come to the downside unless it wants to create a red candle, but there is a clean range to move to the upside. Especially this wick, you can see this wick to fill. So there is a high probability for the price to fill this wick. Yep, I believe we are gonna get a lot of people here soon on the stream. Let's get ready for it. General. Alright, so you can see here that this candle, like, it's struggling to flip. NQ, we are still probably buys above here. Yup, otherwise we are waiting. We are waiting for some sort of confirmation. Hi, you didn't reply to me on Telegram. Abdullah, when did you send me a message, bro? Let me check. I'm going to check now. So in Telegram I have a lot of chats and sometimes I get spam. Oh, now I see your message. It was in the archived chat, so I'm gonna unarchive now and answer you. I wanted to know, is it a good option to close like 50% of our trade when price moves 50% in our favor and hold remaining with the same stop loss, or book completely trade at 1-to-1? So from my experience, Abdullah, what I found it more profitable is, this is a really good question by the way, but from my experience it's better to book like a huge percentage at 1-to-1 like this. So mostly when the trade moves to my direction, so I'm gonna see this is like 1-to-1, and let's suppose this candle is here, you entered here and the candle is moving, it went a little bit down and moved, so it tapped your 1-to-1 area. You should secure immediately without thinking of anything. Just right there you would secure. Here you just secure immediately without any thinking, because most of the time, but there is some like exceptions in this situation. For example, if you have a wick to fill, like look to the left hand side, you have a wick to fill, and it also comes with experience. So you can actually just hold your trade or wait a little bit till it fills the wick, and after it fills the wick you can secure. Maybe it will be 1.5 or 2 to 1 RR, which you can wait, which is not a bad idea, but it's better to secure something right at 1-to-1. This is what I'm doing actually personally, and it actually depends on like how clean the range to the left hand side. For example, if you have like a clean range to the left hand side, you can hold your trades longer. If not, it's better to secure at the closest rejection area. I will show you my journal right here. So how you know this, how you know when you should secure, if it's at 1-to-1% or let your trades run? It's because of the journal. Look at the journal here. So there was sometimes that I didn't secure at like 1-to-1 almost, and I wrote them here. Look at this. For example, this trade hit my break even. The price went 60 pips and I didn't secure anything. Look at that. And then it hits my break even. Look at that trade. Beautiful trade. So I think I entered it after this red candle or something. This is on the 15. Let me check the 30 minutes time frame. Yep, so on this green candle exactly, you can see that price went down, created this wick and rejected and went to hit your stop loss directly. So if I secured at 1-to-1, I would have got like 1 RR instead of break even, probably 1% or 0.5%, depends on what my risk was for this trade. So after that I started securing 1-to-1, and actually it like helped me. Look how it increased from a lot of losses here to a lot of wins right here. just learning from my mistake. And how can I know my mistake? My mistakes is from the journal. So this journal, it helps me to find my mistakes. Look at this, no top wick, 1 hour was bullish, better wait for 30-minute candle to close. So this is what I'm exactly waiting for. I'm just waiting for the 30-minute candle to close. That's it. All comes from experience, but if you didn't journal it, you will not remember it. Like, okay, you will make the loss and you will just forget about it. Look at that. So it went a little bit and then moved up, but I think it was negative, like it was bearish on the higher time frame. So look at here, my exit 1-to-1, stop loss 1-to-1, RR. So RR, it means like recent rejection. For example, here is a wick fill. I believe I was risking 0.5. So this is it was 1 to almost 1-to-2 RR because if it is recent rejection. Yep, look at that. And actually sometimes I secure even less than 1-to-1 RR. I am securing 1-to-1. I'm asking to close 50% at 0.5 and hold remaining. Yes, so the answer to this, the short answer is you have to like forward test it. Do you know, like you have to create a journal like this. So for example, on this trade that you took, you will secure 50% and leave the 50% run, and then from practice, from repetition, you will know, oh, it's not a good idea to secure, maybe it's better to leave them run. That's how, from your journal, and you go back to your journal, you will find everything that you need. That's how I find mine. I'm talking about my self experience. That's how I found this, my edge. And that's why I have 75, not 75, sorry, it was 71, I think, 71 or 73 win rate. It's because of revising my journal and creating a new one. So now I'm trading this new Lucid funded account. It's a fresh new account that I'm starting with this fresh new month, and we are going to trade that. Now it looks much better to go to the upside. Yes, bro Abdullah, you have to journal your trades. How to backtest and journal, in which app? So actually I have this, my personal journal. It's a very simple journal. I am going to drop the link for you in the description here. Look, it's just very easy, simple, just buy, sell, trend, bias, you know, session. So you choose the date and time. The date you can choose from here, include the date, and you write, for example, this was at 2 o'clock. You took the trade. The bias and trend, it was a bullish and you took buy, for example, with the trend. Session, New York, setup, fake out, breakout, support and resistance. So this is a very simple concept. Like here we can see this is a breakout setup. Looks here like a breakout. Here was some sort of support was created here, and or even resistance was creating right here. And you choose the setup, for example, fake out, time frame, 1 hour, you write here 1 hour time frame, 4 hour, 30 minutes, entry type. So how did you enter this trade? Impulse entry, you just entered. Flip, like when the candle flip, look at this candle, so it already have flipped. So the flip entry was right about there. This where the candle flips from bearish to bullish. And we have also break previous high low and break the current high low wick fill. So this is pretty much it. I think it's public, so I'm going to share the link right now so you guys can get this journal and journal it yourself, fill it yourself. At least you should fill 100 trade right here. Like look, 100 trade you have to fill at least. Look at this one, for example, I secured 1 to 1.5%. Let me check why I let it run. Oh, so look why this was 1 to 1.5, because there was a clean range to the left hand side and I was aiming for this weak fill. So actually it depends on the situation, Abdullah. Depends on the situation. Look at this, for example, this one recent rejection, and I believe it was a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I secured at the weak fill. As simple as that. This one also 0.8, secured 80% right there at 1-to-1, and let the rest run. So it's better to keep set some clear, very clear rules for yourself, and it's better to secure at 1-to-1 and let the rest run 80% or 70% to help you with your psychology. For the back testing, so I actually have a video about the back testing, so give me a second. This is the link to the journal, because I don't know how to get stimulation from the group. Alright bro, so I'm going to show you right there how to get the back testing. So let me show you. I think there was one video that I had in my channel. It was about the backtesting. I'm going to drop you the link and you can go check it out, and there was the link for the backtesting software in the description. Yep, so you can go check this backtesting. There is actually a website for the backtesting. It's called FX Replay. Yep, just click on this link and go to the description. You will find the link right there. It's for free, so you don't have to pay anything. If you want to buy premium, you can just buy it if you like, but you can use it for free. And yep, I'm sure it will definitely help you a lot. It's a very nice software, like it's a website, and I was using it myself, so you can watch the video and you will know how to use it. Very easy website to use. Oh wow, look at this closure on Nasdaq. So probably I'm gonna set a buy stop here and aiming for this wick fill. I think it gave us MNQ, M5, M6. Yep, so this is the contract. I'm gonna set a really small buy stop right here, buy 1 MNQ. Let's check how much will be our stop loss. Okay, I think we can increase it a little bit. Yep, something like this. So I don't want to risk big, because this is actually my first time trading NQ for a long time. For a long time now I didn't trade NQ. Yep, probably our break even will be after this wick fill. This is about 1 to 0.6. okay, so and then we are targeting only this area, 1 to 2 something, and the buy stop have been placed right there. And yep, let's see if this will work. Or okay, we got triggered in now on NQ. We got triggered in. So guys, I am risking on this trade less than 0.5%. so everyone should be careful when entering, because gold just went without any sign. Yep, so you guys should be careful. MNQ, if you are entering this trade with me. probably right here at the wick fill will move my stops to break even, and like above there will be my final take profit, sell to MNQ stop. Don't know why it doesn't show there. What's up, man? How long have you been trading? Bro, I have been trading for like almost 5 years now. 4.5. Yeah, almost 5 years now. That's a really long time, man. Long time. Alright, so I'm waiting for trade of it now. So I didn't take this trade in gold because I want to see a red candle before I enter, which gives me much better confirmation when I see a red candle like this, so I can enter, because this candle can reject at any moment. And my stop loss, even if I entered, my stop loss will be like 200 pips, which is, that's a huge like stop loss. I think we are gonna get stopped out at this trade on NQ. Man, what's wrong with trade of it? This is weird. Yup, so we got stopped out actually on the MNQ trade. On the Nasdaq trade we got clearly stopped out. MNQ, yup, right here. It just hit my, how can I show my execution? It hit my stop loss right there. You guys can see it. So I was expecting it to move up, to be honest, but it just rejected, which is very normal for NQ and very expected. But that's why my risk was very tiny bit of risk. So maximum I risk per day like around 1%, and we are not even close. So look right here, I think it was, man, 0. Less than 0.5, I think is 0.4 or 0.35, something like this. Not a big deal actually. But I am sure we all learned something from NQ. I've been just back testing it for the past, I think, around month, and it was giving us a good trade around this time exactly. But now it's just faked us out, so I think I need to journal this trade right now. Yep. So I am still up for taking one more trade on gold if it closed in my direction. If we got any good closure, like I believe we can take some sells if we got fake out, or even a red candle if it closed above this range, and on the next one would be even better to go with the trend, because look, the 4 hour here closed bullish but without no top wick. So I am expecting this candle to create a steeper top bottom wick, like at least till here, and then will be good to take buys from there. Will be very good to take buys. Yep, what a nice quick loss. So I'm just going to take some screenshot of this, download the image on the 30 minutes, on the 15 also, download, and I'm gonna save it in a file, and so I can revise it. You guys also could do the same. You can just, whenever you take a trade, either a loss or win, but especially losses, whenever you take losses, it's better to like journal them and like this. I took a screenshot of my loss and I have some folder on my desktop with a lot of losses. You cannot imagine. It's a huge folder of trades with a lot of losses. Desktop, new folder, no, my trades. So you know that I was trading gold only for the past like 4 years, but now I'm starting with the NQ, Nasdaq. So I'm gonna be doing NQ in this year. Yup. So now I'm waiting for just this red candle to close, and probably the next candle we can anticipate buys to go along with the trend. Look, the trend is clearly bullish. There is no need for this line or this line. You can see here that the trend is bullish and I like to go with the trend. 99% of the time we have a very clear bullish trend. On the 1 hour, 30 minutes, all the time frames. So if this candle closed below here, I'm going to look for fake outs. Otherwise we will be looking for buys. Probably it was overextended. Yeah, I totally, how did I miss that? And there was no top wick. Yep, it was a little bit overextended and there was no top wick for that. So yeah, it happens sometimes actually, but what saves you in this is the small risk. So imagine if I didn't take a small risk on this trade, I would be fucked up now. I would be down badly. So this, what helps you in the long term, is just taking a small stop loss. I mean the good risk management. This what will save you on the long term. Man, but still looks good. Even on the 30 minute looks so good. I would have taken this trade any day. Any day I would have taken this. Alright, so I believe we are getting a closure now on gold. This 15 minute is going to close in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes for this 15 minute candle closure. And probably after that we are going to look for some nice juicy trades. Some nice juicy trades. Alright, so looks like it wants to close bearish. Looks like it. So I'm sure, like I am positive that this candle wants to create a big bottom wick even for the 4 hour. Look, the 4 hour didn't even create a bottom wick. So this is what we are seeing now on the 15 minute time frame, is just that this 4 hour candle wants to create a bottom wick. So depending on what, we will take this trade or no. If it closes below this line in 47 seconds, if it closes below this line, probably we will anticipate this sells. If not, then we will just wait for closure above for buys. We need it to close below this line right there. Let's see. NQ, wow, man, it's just melting. What happened there? Oh, so it couldn't go up, just as simple as that. Was there any news or something? Let me check real quick. Oh, let's check gold. So this candle closed above, which is very nice now to take buys. We have to wait now for this 30-minute candle to close, and probably we are going for buys after that. News, so it's good for the dollar. I don't know why it's even going down, the NQ. Yep, I think it will keep moving to the downside, probably fill this, create a wick for this candle right there. Yeah, I think I should just back test it more or wait for gold. Yep, this is what I should do. Probably more back testing. Alright, so it looks much better now. It looks much better than before to take some buys. So if this candle can close above here, the 15-minute candle buys above, we are going to take buys above. Yep, I think buys above will be very, very good. Yep. If we still have any more volume left. But I think today gold didn't move a lot. Like, it's clearly didn't move a lot. Wow, about like 1,000 pips. So it's normal for this type of market condition. I believe it's normal for gold. Alright, looks it's going down. So I will not take this like on the 15. I need to wait for the 30 minutes so we can get a good confirmation for the fake out. Fake out is much better on the 30-minute time frames with the very, very good confirmations. Alright, I'm gonna be back real quick. Alright, so what's going on here? Wow. Wow. This is looking good actually. This is looking good. So now we need this new 30-minute candle to create a top wick. Wow, look at Nasdaq, man. We got 4. Alright, so all what we need to see here now is just this 30-minute candle to create a top wick. Probably it should be a green candle actually. We need the green candle. Yeah, a little bit down for the day. MGC 30-minute candle created a top wick. We need a clear top wick right about here, at least right about there. This color I don't like it. Maybe a little bit lighter like this. Oh, that's so good now, looking so good. Alright, so even we got a 1 hour closure. Wow, look at that 1 hour. Look at that. How many pips? 40. If it's 100, probably gonna set our sell stop below this candle right there. It doesn't look bad, guys. It doesn't look bad. Let's see if we have sell stop about 124. Man, I think it's better to wait for just the wick. The wick is just the last part of the puzzle, the bottom wick. What's this? 15 4601 4601. Yep, till about this area. If it went down, it'll go till about here. Not bad, not bad, but it's better to wait for this candle. Let's see what's it gonna do. Let's see, but preferably I want to see a green candle, and then we break the lows. Will be a very nice entry. If we see a red candle and then we break the lows, will be much better. Otherwise this is a little bit risky. Yup, it retested the area that it broke from. I think that was my mistake. We should have waited patiently for a really nice retest and then looked for trades from there, or just waited for gold. Yup, so there is something that concerning me. Today is the last day of the month, which is not nice. Wow, look at this monthly candle. Look at that. This is one of the biggest month that we moved. 13,000 pips. 13,000. Here we got like 12,900, almost 13,000 pips. But look how it closed. It left all this huge wick. So in 2 days, Yep, I think we need some closure above this area for buys. We still on the top down analysis. Probably above here is much better for buys, and below there is for sells, which is looking perfectly fine. Above here for buys, look, we have a huge clean range to the upside, about 400 pips, and then from here it's a not bad range, but yeah, that's why we are waiting for confirmation. We are waiting for this confirmation now. If this candle closed above, I believe it's gonna give us a very good buys to take. Oh, look at Nasdaq, now it's moving. Now it's moving, but man, this candle doesn't have a bottom wick. Doesn't have a bottom wick at all. Doesn't have a bottom wick. M and Q. I think it's this. Use previous settings. So probably also for the Nasdaq we need a closure above, but it will be too much overextended. It's gonna be way overextended, so yeah, probably better to wait for gold. The only thing that's concerning me is that here we don't have a bottom wick. We just don't have a bottom wick right there, which is very concerning. Alright, so let's wait just for another 15-minute candle and we will see how it goes from there. Yeah, that doesn't look bad actually. This doesn't look bad. So 4 minutes left for this candle to close on gold. We have 4 minutes left. Man, if it could close below and create a little bottom wick, will be very good to go. Just a little one, we don't need a big one, just a little one. Man, price action is very slow today. Oh, but it's moving a lot. Slow but moving a lot of pips. So probably one line above here. Just this. Yep. Closure above here will be amazing to go. Just we need this 15-minute candle to close above, and I think we are good to go. Let me look to the left hand side. Yep, you can see here we got some red candles, created support, and then boom, just went to the upside. Alright, this candle is going to close in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes left for this candle to close. Let's see how will it close and how can we act on that. Let's see. So we have a very clear uptrend now, very clear, and it looks like it broke this resistance area already, right here and right there. You can see clearly that it have broke on the 30-minute time frame. Also on the 1 hour it doesn't look bad. On the 1 hour, it's actually a very tricky area, so we have to be careful because it's a little bit tricky area. Yep, right there. Alright, so it's looking like it's going to close above. I believe I should anticipate that. It's closing clearly above. I think above here, right? I believe so. So now we need this new 15-minute candle to create a nice bottom wick. If it's the more steeper it is, the more nice. Yep. So now it created a top wick. Now it's going for the bottom wick. I would like to see like a steeper, maybe at least to touch this line. At least touch this line. I think if it didn't touch the line, I'm not going to just jump in like that. Yep, at least to touch this line. Okay, we got a really good candle. So did it touch the line? Not even close. Not even close. So yeah, I'm just waiting for it to re-break, touch the line, and probably I'm gonna place my buy stops above that area right there if it gave me a good bottom wick. Come on, one more break of the low. Yep, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm gonna place my buy stop right there. Let me show you like this. Long position here. Boom, bada boom, boom. Like this. Stop loss. Okay, so we can move this and create a limit order. We can do this. Create limit order, stop. Yep, I think it looks good. Buy stop. Yep, so I have buy stop sitting right about there, waiting for it to be activated. So if it got activated, that's good. If it's not, it's also good. Let's see. Let's see. Oh wow, look at this support. That's a really nice support. Was created on Nasdaq. Now I believe it will keep going to the upside. We totally missed about like the bottom wick. Yeah, I believe if this candle broke with some volume, it should be moving to the upside. Absolutely moving to the upside. Probably breaking this 4 hours high again. Yep, so breaking the 4-hour highs right there. I think that's where I will probably look to move my stops to break even on the 4-hour highs. How many pips is this? 50 pips. Yep, something like that. So it created a really nice wick actually. And yeah. So I think we are good. We are good to go. Let's see. Waiting patiently. Patiently waiting and waiting patiently. Are we gonna get in? Okay, what happened here? Nothing so far. Nothing so far. Probably we are gonna wait for this next 30-minute candle If even this 30-minute candle closed above, I believe this is much better confirmation for this candle to move to the upside. Yeah, I know it doesn't have a wick, but on the 4 hour, it has wick, so that's why I am not focusing on this bottom wick. Even there, if it closed like this bearish, this is a very good for taking some fake outs. It's still good to take fake outs right here. Yup. I think if it broke the low one more time, I will be removing my buy stops, because yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to keep going to the upside, to the down upside. Yep. There, right there, cancel order. Remove this, remove that. Yep, and we will be just waiting now. We'll be just waiting for a better setup. So I'm gonna leave this here just for the information. Alright, so also if this candle could close like this bearish in about 7 minutes, it doesn't look bad for buys. Doesn't look bad to take buys. So just waiting here. I probably gonna wait for this 7 minutes, and yep, I'm gonna call it. Of course it could be a fake out, because you can see this, we have range on the 15-minute time frame and also the 30-minute. So if it close below this range, that means this 30 minutes it's not a breakout. So if it's not a breakout, it's a clearly fake out. Look, if this candle closed below like this, for example, and the 15-minute candle closed red, but we need the body to be like stronger, like this, exactly like this, we can just anticipate fake outs right away. Yeah, we want to see it close like this. Will be very, very good for fake out sells. We will wait then for the next candle to create a top wick, and boom, we will enter on the flip probably, and we will take some sells. Let's check. Yep, it's a clean range. To the upside we have a very, very clean range, which is looking good. So there is no any reason for it to fake out now. Probably have a clean move to the upside. Just 5 minutes left on the candle to close. Yup, if it closes below the zone, we are going to anticipate fake out. That's a very good idea. But if it closed above the zone, above this area, I'm gonna place my buy stop back again here, right above this candle. My buy stop will be right here. Yep. And I think it will be much better if this candle could close like weak bearish, and I will place a buy stop above this candle right here and looking for buys. That's much better entry because we are with the trend. Look at the trend, bro. It's on the 4 hour. It looks like the trend is clearly, this is a very clear, no need rocket science. Look, we have a very clean bullish trend, uptrend. So that's why we are looking for buys. Even on the 1 hour is the same uptrend going like this. Uptrend, look, boom 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 boom. Yep, and it looks it's moving like this. So it clearly we can see it like this if we draw a line. It's just struggling to break this area. That's all it is just struggling to break. So it can reject, could reject from there or just move to the upside. Alright, 3 minutes left on the candle, man. Oh, doesn't look good. So if actually this candle closed, this range is about 200 pips, so it closed like this. It's not enough for us to take sells. It's not enough at all for us to take sells, so we'll be waiting. Because we cannot take sells from here. It's almost half of the range. This candle by itself, just half of the range, so better to wait for about 2 minutes and then we will see how it goes from there. Let's check the Nasdaq, man. I think it's just consolidating here. Nasdaq is just consolidating. We have a very ugly price action in New York. I think it's because of this news, like, man, Trump keeps coming up and speak, and US doesn't have to be in Iran much longer. What? Has more work to do in Iran war. What does this even mean? Trump says US has more work to do in Iran war, and then doesn't need to be much longer. Trump says Hormuz Strait will automatically open. What? Trump says other nations can reopen Hormuz Strait. Oh my gosh, man, this guy is insane. I think that's why we are seeing these weird moves on gold and Nasdaq, because of just Trump speaking like this from nowhere. It doesn't even make sense. Like, he's not giving a clean comments. It's just tough to take any trades in this area. Look at this. This is support, probably can be a resistance now. A little bit over extended on the daily time frame. On the 4 hour, it doesn't look the best because this candle closed with no top wick and it's a short bottom wick. Alright, so this candle have just closed. Look at the 30. What? What kind of closures is this, bro? This doesn't look good at all. Yep. Doesn't look good, but for the most case it's buys still looking good. Buys. But I cannot take something that looks like this, man. I simply cannot take something that looks like that. We are in an area of indecision, like price is just consolidating now. Yeah, probably volume is dying now. Why gold and Nasdaq is showing the same price action? Look at that. It's exactly the same week, same everything. The 15. Yup, even on the 15. This weird actually. It's a little bit weird. This is a little bit weird. So we cannot do anything until we see this candle in the next 26 minutes. And probably I'm not gonna take that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it a day here. You guys also should do the same. You can just call it a day and go have some rest or touch some grass or just go to sleep. Yeah, it doesn't look good at all, man. Probably have to come back like on Asian session or even better London session, because this is, man, this is bad. Look at this, price doesn't even move. Man, it's not moving. So guys, I'm gonna call it a day here. Just be careful in this price condition, and Trump talking all day long. You guys have to be careful and no need to force anything right here. Just no need to force anything. You can call it a day and just wait for tomorrow. I wish you guys all the best. Adios.